starting gates. The field is ready. Set at the 1400. They're off and they're racing. One for the girls missed the start. It'll be back there last when they get going. Rose and Trey amongst the first to jump. Lasting Legacies away very well. Sign the papers. Gaspardo is pushing up now, trying to hold a spot. Earliest Tactics and Northern Diamond both drive forward soon after the start. Then Clever Cond, Safari Boy, Romantic Ruler posted 3 wide at the 1,000 mark. Brown Morn getting back. One for the girls making ground along the rail. And they're being followed over on the outside by Fifth Essence, who's right back with Ginger Quest. Also toward the tail end of the field is Soldier of God, and back near the tail end of proceedings is Precious God. And so as they went by the 750 and Tactics was able to cross the field and led. It's Tactics by 3/4 over the favourite Northern Diamond, a length and a half off those. Next is Lasting Legacies. On the rails, Rose and Trey in the red colours, followed back behind them Gaspardo. Then Safari Boy, who's out there very wide, covering ground. Sign the papers, the middle, the back mark as well. They're a day from these leaders coming into the corner as they spin off that corner, and Tactics led by a length and a half. Northern Diamond under pressure trying to chase the leader down, and 4 or 5 lengths to Gaspardo, but it's Tactics well clear down past the 150. It's Tactics out in front by 2.5 over Northern Diamond. Gaspardo followed by Romantic Ruler, but dominated here from the front. Tactics to beat Northern Diamond. Gaspardo probably third from Romantic Ruler. Precious God with another massive run behind them from the tail end of the field. There has to be a race soon for her. In behind them, Lasting Legacies, followed further back then Soldier of God. One for the girls. Next home, Fifth Essence, Brown Morn back there, Pilbara Song, Ginger Quest, followed home by Sign the Papers, Safari Boy, Clever Conda, and Rose and Trey, a long last. Well, Tactics here, first 2 leaders today have come off that home corner, and the back markers have been absolutely gasping to try and stay anywhere near them. So dominant early. These horses that settle on pace. Tactics got the blinkers, got the lead, and has got the chocolates. By Rommel from Delectable Dolly from Neville Parnham's yard, ridden by Brad Parnham for Neville and Carolyn Parnham, Michael Fagan, Paul Cook, Santo Waliato, Bobby Pearson, the old crew. That's been a long-standing relationship amongst those owners with horses in the Parnham yard. Tactics becomes another winner for them at its 8th run, and has beaten home number 14 Northern Diamond. It was just hunting all the way, chasing to try and make an impact on Tactics, unable to do so. By Bondi from Diamond Jolson, Justine Erkelins, Sean O'Donnell. Third went to 6 Gaspardo. By Machino from Flying Angel, Sean McGruddy for the Steve Wolf yard. And fourth was number 1 Romantic Ruler. And Precious God was absolutely flooding home again into 5th placing. 2 3/4 by a length. 1:24.04 the time for that race. 35.17 the sectional. Tactics with the blinkers back on here this afternoon. The next event, the third at 9 after 10, the Westmead Platinum Cup over 2,100 metres, and there are no changes to come. So it's all about the Tactics here in race number 2. The gear change as well, and a very relaxed Neville Parner makes his way down there into the winner's enclosure here after watching Tactics produce an all-the-way performance virtually after winning the battle for the lead, but an easy watch in that last little part of the race.
Yes, absolutely, Darren, and that very relaxed Neville Parnham joins me now. Neville, Tactics, the blinkers went on after that somewhat disappointing run last start. Talk us through the decision to apply the blinkers today.
The decision to take them off the last start was a pretty ordinary one, but no, he just wouldn't play the game at all. But blinkers back on, there's obviously 2 Tactics, one with blinkers and one without. So with them back on, he was a bit more fired up today, and obviously Brad's rode him a bit aggressively to find the front, and he never looked like getting beat. So yeah, good win.
On that win, he looks like a horse that really has a nice high cruising speed and can get his rivals off the bridle.
Yeah, look, I've always had a pretty nice opinion of him, but I'll be honest with you, he has been a little disappointing. So hopefully this is the turning point and we can see him go on with it and go up in the grades and hopefully win a few more.
You're in charge of one of the biggest stables here in Perth. What have you made of the morning racing?
Yeah, look, I think it's a good move. You know, moving it to later in the afternoon is when it's at its hottest. So I think, you know, it may not be good for the club and the catering, etc. But, you know, at least we're holding a race meeting and people can get prize money and punters can have a bet. So, yeah, it's good to get a meeting going up and over and looking forward to a beer.
Well done here and good luck later today.
Thank you.
There's Neville Parnham and here's Bradley Parnham catching up with Scotty.
Bradley joins us now. Brad, he was obviously drawn a bit of a wide alley and it looked like it took you a little bit of time to find the spot that you wanted, but once he got there, from then on he just controlled the race.
Yeah, that's true. I drew sticky, but I wanted to kick him out because he has had a tendency to switch off and not switch back on in his races, so I didn't want to just drop him out and let him sort of stop. So I kept pressing, and I probably did a bit early, but it's just the type of horse he is. I think you got to keep working at him, and yeah, you just got to keep his mind on the job because when he does, he's actually got ability, but he doesn't always show it.
So a la last start, because that was pretty poor.
Yeah, it was very poor, but you know, I still came here thinking I could win today on the back of that run the other day, just because I know how lazy he can be in his runs. So hence why I, just rode him the way I did today. I just kept working at him, and he kept going for me. So yeah, look, hopefully in time he switches on. He's had enough runs now. He should be switching on. But yeah, if he can run at his best, he's got more wins in him.
What about later on in the day in the Van Heaps? You pick up the ride on Sox Nation. How do you approach a ride like that?
Yeah, look, I'm very happy to be picking up this ride. It's obviously a very good chance in the race. Yeah, look, I haven't actually spoken to anyone in the camp of how they want me to ride her yet, but she sort of usually races on speed, so I'll probably just come out neutral and find myself in the first few there, I reckon. And yeah, I think she'll sort of probably be working into it, and yeah, I think she'll be pretty strong late because she looks like she gets the trip well. I watched her win in the Oaks at Eagle Farm there, and she got headed that day and she kept fighting, so she's definitely going to run the trip, I think.
Congratulations, well done. Good luck later.
Thank you.
There's Brad Parnham combining with the old man Neville and tactics to take out the Own the Dream maiden. On the other side of the break, we'll be taking a look at part 2 of that Marble Bar story.